Yeah, that's your passion.
Yeah.
I can see it come out. And then, lastly, talk a little bit about your family. Your father was a really important figure in your life, but talk about those relationships.
Well, I think one of the pivotal times in my life was in the March on Washington. I was 13 at the time, and my dad wanted very much to go. However, because of financial and work schedules, we weren't able to go. I mean, it was something that he wanted the two of us to really witness together.
Two of us?
He and I. And of course, my other siblings also, but it was because I was the oldest. And so as a result, it was, and at 13, I think a real strange thing happened. I think everyone has a different time in their life when Dad no longer was the authoritarian figure. He became that person that now I can talk to, and we can speak on terms that are common. And we had reached that point in our life, in both our lives. And I remember very vividly sitting there on that evening, and it was a very hot day. I remember it quite well. And we were sitting there watching Dr. King as he began his speech, and it became a very important time in both our lives. Because first of all, we were watching history unfold, and the other, we were having an opportunity to share a moment as father and son that was unique, because we were both riveted to watching something that will never happen again in our lifetime. A major shift in the whole mindset of America was unfolding before us. And needless to say, it brought to tears, and we had some quiet moments as well of sharing, well, what did you think? But now let's fast forward. I think this is where it really becomes really poignant to me, is that the day that our now President Barack Obama was sworn in as the president, I kept my son home, who was 13 at the time, and we saw it come full circle. That we were able to share a history-making moment together, and in silence, nonverbal, realized that there was a watermark time in both our lives, a time that as father and son, we connected at an entirely different level. That we realized that, his family would benefit from what we were seeing, and I was benefiting from what my dad had established when I was 13. So we're seeing it come full circle. It's very poignant, very emotional. But again, I think really it shows us that in the fabric of time, it folds back on itself. And I'm a firm believer that God lives in the now. And the future is just more of his today. And so what we were witnessing was something that we shared together in a moment of time, but that is the fabric of the divine plan that we saw unfold before us. My greatest desire is that somewhere in my son's life, I don't know if he has a son and he's 13, something monumental might happen, but that in that moment there would be a connection that would be very special, that would stay with him, that helped him to realize that I am my brother's keeper. And that by working together with others who have that same mindset and spirit, we can really change things. We saw a single man make a speech on that fateful day that made possible a young black man become president of the United States. I don't think you can't script that. And so it was such a poignant moment that I reflect back on it with the idea that these are the things that really are pivotal in the lives of people in the history of our nation. And when we're able to share with those that are very close to us, we're hopefully instilling them that same thing my dad did when I was 13, that we are here to serve and not be served.